talk about the NBA results, where you got to talk about, he needed to talk about the trade because it was the deadline day, and most of the franchises had to make some good deals. And of course, all of them are happy that they make better deals. And Rockets and the Lakers, we didn't see this coming because it was at Staples Center. After winning that, we thought, okay, they were going to build on that victory, but they just couldn't because Russell Westbrook was on fire on the night.
41 points.
41 points, and of course, Rockets won 121 to 111. For the 76ers and the Milwaukee Bucks, we keep saying once you have Giannis Antetokounmpo and he's playing so well, you understand that yes, it's going to be difficult for any team that is playing against them. You really can't really bet against these guys. Also, you have Pelicans and the Chicago Bulls. So it's 125 and 119 for Spurs and the Portland Trail Blazers. Spurs, we talked about the fact that this season is today they're winning, tomorrow they're on a losing streak and all that. So yeah, it's so unpredictable. For the Magic and the Knicks, it was the Knicks making that by just 2 points, 103 and 105. But our focus today is obviously going to be on the star match of the night, the game between the Rockets and the Lakers. In this particular game, LeBron James joined some exclusive clubs of the likes of John Stockton and Chris Paul as the only player in the NBA history with 18,000 points, 9,000 assists, and 2,000 steals. But then, in this elusive club that he joined on Thursday night, they lost that game. He's averaging 25.2 points right now. But then, their record in the Western Conference right now is not too cool, but they're still topping 38-11. Then for the Clippers, 36-15. So this is really looking so close. This game, I mean, Russell Westbrook exploded for 41 points.
Yeah. What else can we say? I mean, I thought I was going to be talking about James this morning.
Okay.
I'm here talking about Russell.
Yeah, the two James struggled. James Harden and of course LeBron James. So.
Funny enough, Anthony Davis came out on top, in my opinion, because he had 32 points, 13 rebounds for the Lakers. But Russell Westbrook was just inspired on the night for whatever reasons I do not know. But he just came out tops, played a good game, and ensured that his team won this game, and that's what you expect anytime. Maybe James Harden not carrying the team as he always does. You expect someone else to, do it, and he did. A lot of people still talk about James Harden not wanting to release the ball, holding on to the ball too much. But in this case, Russell did the job. I hope to see full clips of this game to see what happened. Maybe James Harden changed his game so that Russell could come. I don't know.
He just struggled. Come on, he struggled. It wasn't his day. I think that's what happened. LeBron James, we mentioned earlier, had 18 points and 15 assists in that game. But then it was Anthony Davis shows. So let's take a look at the numbers he put up on the night. 32, 13 rebounds and 3 steals. But then this just wasn't enough for them to win.
I have a lot of
the
respect
game.
for Anthony Davis. This is playing with injuries and all that. I mean, what else can we say?
Okay, Giannis Antetokounmpo, 36, 20, and 6. I mean, this guy is something else. You just look at him.
He's the reason they won these games against the Sixers.
I mean, assist is 6. That's what he got. Now that, of course, the previous one, you saw Anthony Davis having 3 of it. Russell Westbrook, we talked about him earlier. 41, 8, and 5 assists. That's what he got in that game. Okay, let's leave the NBA now and still staying with the NBA, of course. Quickly, just take a look at the drafts for the All-Star. Team LeBron and, of course, Team Giannis. Some top stars, you have to pick one and pick 2. But then, let's start with...
Stars are complete.
This one, Team Giannis.
Yeah, they lost last time out, so we'll see what happens this one. Joel Embiid, Pascal Siakam, Kemba Walker, Trae Young, Chris Middleton, Bam Adebayo, Rudy Gobert, Jimmy Butler, Kyle Lowry, Brandon Ingram, and Donovan Mitchell are the guys on Team Giannis. Yeah,
absolutely. Let's go to Team LeBron right now and some big boys also in that team. Yes, Anthony Davis, of course, Kawhi Leonard, Luka Doncic, James Harden, Damian Lillard, Ben Simmons also there, Nikola Jokic, Jason Tatum, and Chris Paul, Russell Westbrook, and Domantas Sabonis are the guys.
On paper, this one is stronger. On paper, but it's not the paper that will play the game. But on paper, LeBron's team looks stronger.
Okay, the reign supreme last year, we'll see if they're going to do that again because the numbers were big, 178 and 164. That was what happened last time. But this time I love what they've been able to do and all that. 2-4, I think. Okay, it's all about because of Kobe. A lot of interesting things they needed to add to it. Okay, from the NBA, where are we going to next? Okay, yes.
Nigerian basketball.
Absolutely. I mean, we'll see. Talking from the fallout of the appointment of Mike Brown, one of the top coaches from the NBA. And one of the reasons, the president of Nigeria Basketball Federation said is simply because he feels this man will be able to attract big players from the NBA. I mean, when you're having a coach like that sitting on the bench and you have some Nigerian players, players of Nigerian descent who have not been,
undecided initially.
Undecided, or rather, did not make the US team. You know how big they are, so let's use that. Okay, so if they really want to play for Nigeria, they'll go. Bama Debayo, for instance, he hasn't played for the USA yet, so people are actually looking at that. We know Victor Oladipo, okay, we can take our eyes off him now. We'll just focus on those players that play in the NBA of Nigerian descent who would love to be a part of this global brand that the Nigerian Basketball Federation, they are trying to do. Let's listen to Kida, the president of Nigerian Basketball Federation, talking about the reason why Mike Brown was, the reason. Before we do that, but we'll just talk about, the preparations for the Olympics, because he said something about
quality
having
of preparation they're going to get.
Precisely, it's going to be elaborate. The coach is going to come here and not just come in here. He's going to look at the players we have on ground. And the question I asked him when he said that, okay, you're going to look at players on ground. The league is not going on. But he said at that time the league would have started. But then they've been looking at players. Those ones have been playing. The Basketball African League is going to start in March. So maybe players that will be there will also be watching everything. So they are on ground here. They will look at those players that feel can fit in. He can look at them and say the ones that can get to the Olympics. But I think that's just talk because it's going to be hard for you to... You can't drop someone who's played almost 60 games and just pick someone who's not be playing competitive basketball, but just maybe exhibition games and also some league games and all that. All right, let's listen to him talking about that.
Operations are going to be very elaborate. So he's going to come to Nigeria. He's going to come, first of all, to do an assessment of the players that we have locally. That's going to be sometime, I think, late April or early May. At the same time, he would meet the coaches, his primary constituency, and he will also meet with the people that he needs to that need to put a face on his name. Having said that, there will be a second-tier camp that will be held for the next tier of the non-NBA players, meaning the locals that he would have been able to study here. The professionals that are free, who play in Europe and similar leagues apart from the NBA, would hold that camp also to further filter the Nigerian players that we have. And then there will be a last phase, which would be when the NBA players will be free to participate for the Olympics. So they will be arriving, that would be very early July, where we would be able to finalize the roster of the team. Thereafter, we have the friendlies that we're going to be playing serially until we get to Japan.
All right. Earlier, I was talking about the fact that we might just have Mike Brown being able to attract top players to the game, and also the fact that his contract, it's more like they're looking at the Olympics for now before they can look forward to if they can whatever they want to do with it.
Yeah, a top manager like that would definitely attract a lot of undecided players. Although you've said those who couldn't play for the United States, I'm not saying that. But let's listen to Musa Kida. I mean, explain that to us. Well, what he thinks that Mike Brown would bring to the Nigerian team.
We're going to be looking to carry these Nigerian potentials that we have in the NBA. Just like we've been doing in the past. And we stand, I think, a better chance of having them on the bench playing with the Tigers, with Mike Brown, who is a natural coach to them. He is somebody who has had a relationship with them outside of the Tigers. So again, I think we're going to take advantage of that type of intimacy in order to improve the players that we have. So far, we are talking about the Olympics, but from all the signs that I see, based on his passion for the development of the game in country, he has shown a commitment that, look, whatever he does, whatever he is able to commit to, going into the Olympics, we can always rely on him anytime we want. So it's a matter of passion, it's a matter of good sacrifice and you know, commitment.
All right, I think we can all agree that the NBBF has good plans for the Tigers, and hopefully everything will turn out well for the team. We can argue about a whole lot of issues, but this step in the right direction.
Absolutely, it is. It's a huge one because, I mean, people might just say, okay, look, Alex Ounra was doing a good job. But when you're setting a higher target for yourself, you want to bring in a top-class coach to actually guide us to the Olympics. We've been to the Olympics 3 times in a row now, so we want to see if we can, you know, step up by at least getting medals or maybe out of the group stage and just pull our weight and know what we can really do. We need to go on a break now. We'll come back. We'll do our countdown to the 2020 Tokyo Olympic Games.